Hi friends, welcome to Knowledge Share. Today let us see modern FAQ app which was developed by myself and it is available in Microsoft App Source for free. Let us see what are all the features that are available in this app. Fully supported for modern pages. This app supports modern pages and it has very minimal configurations, nothing complex, and it supports as a web part and also as a full page app. So you can add this web part along with other content in the page, or you can use this app as a full page app. The next most important thing is reusable. It can be used many times within the site or in a different site. So all the contents are coming from the list and the list can be managed inside the app itself. The answers can be an enhanced rich HTML text which includes images, links, tables, and etc. And there is a categorization feature for question and answers based on the category. It can be searched by the end users. And you can also enable or disable the categories or question and answers if you think this is not the right time to publish, or do you think there is some more updates which are required for this question and answer. So there is no need to delete the question or answers. You can just activate or inactivate so that it will be hidden from the end users, but it is still available at the back end. And when you add this app to a page, the app will comes with a sample data pack. A sample data for the categories and also for the question and answers are provided. And even if you are mapping it to a new list, you can also create an empty list, or you can create a list with a sample data pack. And this is the first version, so there are few features added to it and there are more to come soon in the future release. Let us see a demo on this app, how we can leverage this app and what are all the features available and how we can use all these features. So here I have created a site page called Modern FAQ, and if you see the site contents, so there are no list created for FAQ categories. I have just installed this app, and if you are not sure how to install the app from Microsoft App Store, I have just created another video on how to install an app from Microsoft App Store, which includes how we can request the app and what is the approval workflow which is tied to the request and how the administrators can approve it. So I'll include the link to the video in the description. So now let us see how we can add the app. Once you have installed the app, you can find the app, and once you added the app, the first thing is it will check for the site admin privilege, and if you are the site administrator, then it will try to create the sample list, the FAQ categories and FAQ questions, and it will also try to add the sample data packs, that is the items for the categories and questions. Now the categories and the question and answers list are created, so it is provided with the configuration window. So before moving on to the configuration, let us see what are all the lists created. So let me refresh the site contents page, and if you see here, there are two lists created, which is FAQ categories and FAQ questions. And if you see the FAQ categories, it is very simple. Just the category name you have to give it and the sequence in which the category should be displayed to the end users, and the isActive flag which makes it activate or inactivate the categories. So here there are 6 categories and the category 6 is inactive. This won't be displayed to the end user. Moving on to the FAQ questions list. So if you see here, this is the title of the question, answers, which is a rich text, and the category is coming from the categories list. It is automatically linked, and the sequence in which the question should be displayed to the end users, and isActive, like isActive is available in the question and answers also to enable or disable the question and answers. The required lists are created. Now we have to map the list to make the web part work. So let me close this tab go to the modern FAQ. So I'll come to the settings part later. So first let us map the list and then see how the web part works. So if you see here, when you click on configure or when you click on the edit web part properties, there are some properties which are available for this web part, and these properties can be changed or modified only by the site admin. End users cannot change the properties. The first is the general settings, where you can configure the web part title, which is available here. And show header, whether you need to show the header or not, or the show header icon, whether you need an icon to be displayed in the title or not. And you can also choose from the variety of icons. So all the Office UI Fabric icons are provided here. You can choose from this variety. And once you click on apply, so automatically it is applied to the web part. So next is the date format. The value of the last modified date of the question and answer will be displayed to the end user. So that date to be displayed in which format, you can mention the format here. So basically the format is taken from the moment.js format. So I have provided a link in the description. So when you click on this link, you can directly go to the moment.js site, and where you can see different formats, how you can give the date format. So based on this format, the detailed value will be displayed for the end users. So moving on to the list settings. So this is where you will configure the categories list and questions list. So let me choose the FAQ categories for the categories list and FAQ questions. So once I click on apply, so automatically you can see the categories are displayed on the left hand side and the questions are displayed with the accordion style. So let me come to this part once I have done with the settings. The next is the category section settings. First is the use catch and the catch duration. The use catch is nothing but to store the categories data in the browser's cache for a specific interval. For example, if the default time is 10 minutes, in case if you think the categories doesn't change frequently, then what you can do is, instead of retrieving each and every time from the backend list, you can choose this option to store the categories in the browser's cache. So for example, if you have chosen 10, so for 10 minutes, the information will be stored in the browser cache, and whenever the users refresh the page, the information stored from the browser is returned and it is not taken from the SharePoint list. So after 10 minutes, it will automatically fetch the information from the SharePoint. The next is the section title, which is displayed here. You can change the section title. For example, now I have just change it to FAQ categories. Likewise, you can choose whether to show the section title or not, and you can also choose whether to show the icon or not, and you can choose the section icon. And the below section is for the items and the categories. So same as header icon means it will share the same icon here. And if you want to show the item icon, you can enable this, and if you don't want, you can just disable this. And you can also choose the item icon. So for example, now I will click apply. So the heading is changed, and there are different icons for the header and also for the item. So if you want to share the same icon, then you can choose this option. Or if you want a different icon, you can select a different icon and then click apply. So this is regarding the web part settings, and there is one more settings available, which is the list creation. So now whenever you add the web part to a page, it will check for the default FAQ categories or FAQ questions list. So in case if you want to use a different list, or in case if you want to use the same web part within the same site but at different pages for different contents, then what you can do is click on this settings icon. You can specify a different list name for the categories and also for the questions, and if you want, you can include a sample data and create it. So it will automatically map all the fields and create a list for categories and questions with sample data. So once the lists are created, then you can edit the web part and then you can choose a different list. Let me show you how it works. So maybe I'll give a categories and new questions, and I'll also choose sample data. So now the lists are being created. So once it is created, there will be a success message. See, the lists are created, and you can close the dialog and you can just click edit the web part properties, select the list, choose the new categories and new questions. So click on apply. So since we haven't updated the existing categories and questions, it looks like the same data is displayed. So let me prove that it is coming from the new list. So let me go to the FAQ categories here, and I will just edit this category 1 title as modified and saved. Now it is coming from the new list. Now coming to the actual web part. So you can choose the categories, and automatically the question and answers from the categories which are tied to the categories will be displayed on the right hand side. So if you see, if there is no question or answer tied to a category, there will be a message displayed. And here there are 4 questions and answers available for this category, and when you click on this question, you can see the description. As of now, the sample data has only the plain description, but I'll remind that you can add a rich text which includes images, links, tables, etc. And this is what I have been telling you, that the latest modified, when it is modified, will be displayed, and this date format is coming from the settings. And you can see the icon here. As of now, there is no views. This is the view count. How many users have viewed this question? So when you click on this question, at that time the view count is updated. So when I go to the other categories, or when you refresh the page, then you can see the latest view count. So as of now, I have viewed only one time, so the view count. So this view count increases each and every time when a question or answer is viewed. And you can also search the question or answers using the questions title. For example, if I type in said, so it will search all the questions inside this category which contains the word said, and then it will display it. If I search for West, so it will display all the questions whichever has the word West. So regarding the features, these are all the features as of now currently available in this modern FAQ. The main objective of this app is to provide a user-friendly but a simple FAQ which can be configured within a limited amount of time. There is no much complex configurations required. Everything is automated. The list creation and the sample data packs, if you want, you can use the same sample data and you can edit it and you can add your own content. Maybe in future release, I'll provide you with a paging and copy the direct link to this question, so that you can send the direct link. So when they access the direct link, they can see directly the question and answers. And now the search is limited to the categories. It will not search all the categories. So maybe in future I will enable the search to search across all the categories. And I'll also add some provision for the end users to raise a question, so that the administrators can view the questions and add answers on top of it, and they can also choose whether they can display the questions required by the users or not. Please feel free to add some comments. So in case if you think there are some features which can enhance this app, please feel free. I look forward into it. I really appreciate your time. Thank you. Thanks for watching.